वज़ल्लल्नाहा लहुम फमिन्हा रकूबुहुम वमिन्हा याकुलून वलहुम फ़ीहा मनाफ़िअु व मशारिब अफ़ला यशकुरून वत्तख़ज़ू मिन दूनिल्लाहि आलिहतन लअल्लहुम युनसरून ला यस्ततीऊना नस्रहुम वहुम लहुम जुन्दुम मुहदरून फ़ला यहज़ुनक क़ौलुहुम इन्ना नअलमु मा युसिर्रूना व मा युअलिनून अवलम यरल इंसानु अन्ना ख़लक़नाहु मिन नुत्फ़तिन फ़इज़ा हुवा ख़सीमुम मुबीन व ज़रब लना मसलन व नसिया ख़ल्क़ह क़ाल मन युह्यिल इज़ाम वहिय रमीम कुल युह्यिहल्लज़ी अंशअहा अव्वल मर्रा वहुवा बिकुल्लि ख़ल्क़िन अलीम अल्लज़ी जअल लकुम मिनश्शजरिल अक़दरी नारन फ़इज़ा अंतुम मिन्हु तूक़िदून अवलैसल्लज़ी ख़लक़स्समावाति वल अर्ज़ बिक़ादिरिन अला अन यख़्लुक़ मिस्लहुम बला वहुवल ख़ल्लाक़ुल अलीम इन्नमा अम्रुहु इज़ा इरादा शैअन अन यक़ूल लहू कुन फ़यकून फ़सुब्हानल्लज़ी बियदिही मलकूतु कुल्लि शैइन व इलैहि तुरजऊन सदक़ल्लाहुल अलियुल अज़ीम। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद। सूरह मुबारकतुल फ़ातिहा।
अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम इन्नल्लाह व मलाइकतहु युसल्लूना अलन नबी या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू सल्लु अलैहि व सल्लिमू तस्लीमा अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व आले मुहम्मद। अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी अस्अलुका बिरहमतिका अल्लती वसिअत कुल्ला शै व बिक़ुव्वतिका अल्लती क़हरत बिहा कुल्ला शै व ख़ज़अ लहा कुल्लु शै व ज़ल्ल लहा कुल्लु शै व बिजबरूतिका अल्लती ग़लबत बिहा कुल्ला शै व बिइज़्ज़तिका अल्लती ला यक़ूमु लहा शै व बिअज़मतिका अल्लती मलअत कुल्ला शै व बिसुल्तानिका अल्लज़ी अला कुल्ला शै व बिवजहिका अल-बाक़ी बअद फ़नाइ कुल्लि शै व बिअस्माइका अल्लती मलअत अरकान कुल्लि शै व बिइल्मिका अल्लज़ी अहात बिकुल्लि शै व बिनूरि वजहिका अल्लज़ी अज़ाअ लहू कुल्लु शै या नूरो या क़ुद्दूस या नूरो या क़ुद्दूस या नूरो या क़ुद्दूस या अव्वलल अव्वलीन व या आखिरल आखिरीन اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العصام. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع متضرع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا ولا لقبائحي ساترا ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته وكم من فادح من البلاء أقلته وكم من عثار وقيته وكم من مكروه دفعته وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرته. اللهم عظم بلائي وأفرط بي سوء حالي وقصرت بي أعمالي وقعدت بي أغلالي وحبسني عن نفعي بعد آمالي وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بخيانتها ومطالي. يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي ومولاي وربي من لي غيرك أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي ولم أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعد حدودك وخالفت بعد أوامرك. فلك الحمد علي في جميع ذلك ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاؤك وألزمني حكمك وبلاؤك. وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري. غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري وفكني من شد وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي. يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي، هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي. يا إلهي وسيدي وربي. Please have a salawat. يا علي هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي. يا إلهي وسيدي وربي أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك. ومن توى ये नया पानी है भाई. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आल मुहम्मद. इलाही व मौलाय व रब्बी व सालिफ हबनी लिब्तिदाए करमिक व सालिफ बिर्रिक बी. या इलाही व सय्यदी व रब्बी अतुराक मुअज़्ज़िबी बिनारिक बअद तौहीदिक व बअद मन तवा अलैहि क़ल्बी मिन मारिफतिक वलहिज बिही लिसानी मिन ज़िक्रिक वअतक़दहु ज़मीरी मिन हुब्बिक व बअद सिद्क़ इतिराफ़ी व दुआई ख़ाज़िअन लिरुबूबियतिक. हैहात अंत अकरम मिन अन तुज़य्यअ मन रब्बैतह औ तुबअद मन अदनैतह औ तुशर्रिद मन आवैतह औ तुसल्लिम इलल बलाइ मन कफ़ैतहु व रहिमतह. वलैत शिअरी या सय्यदी व इलाही व मौलाई अतुसल्लितु अन्नार अला वुजूहिन खर्रत लिअज़मतिक साजिदह व अला अलसुनिन नतक़त बितौहीदिक सादिक़ह व बिशुक्रिक मादिहतन व अला क़ुलूबिन अतरफ़त बिइलाहियतिक मुहक़्क़िक़ह व अला ज़माइर हवत मिनल इल्मि बिक हत्ता सारत ख़ाशिअह व अला जवारिह सअत इला अवतान तअब्बुदिक ताइअह व अशारत बिस्तिग़फ़ारिक मुज़अनतन मा हकज़ा ज़न्नु बिक वला उख़बिरना बिफ़ज़लिक अन्क या करीम. या रब्बी व अन्त तअलमु ज़अफ़ी अन क़लीलिन मिन बलाइ दुनिया व उक़ूबातिहा वमा यजरी फ़ीहा मिनल मकारिह अला अहलिहा अला अन्ना ज़ालिक बलाउन व मकरूहुन क़लील मक्थुहु यसीरुन बक़ाउहु क़सीरुन मुद्दतुहु फ़कैफ़ इह्तिमाली लिबलाइल आख़िरति व जलील वक़ूइल मकारिह फ़ीहा व हुवा बलाउन ततूलु मुद्दतुहु व यदूमु मक़ामुहु व ला युख़फ़फ़ अन अहलिही लिअन्नहु ला यकूनु इल्ला अन ग़ज़बिक व इंतिक़ामिक व सख़तिक व हाज़ा मा ला तक़ूमु लहु अस्समावातु वल अर्द. या सय्यदी फ़कैफ़ ली व अना अब्दुक अज़्ज़ईफ़ु अज़्ज़लीलुल हक़ीरुल मिस्कीनुल मुस्तकीन. या इलाही व रब्बी व सय्यदी व मौलाई लिअय्यिल उमूरि इलैका अश्कू व लिमा मिन्हा अज़िज्जु व अबकी लिअलीमिल अज़ाबि व शिद्दतिहि अम लितूलिल बलाइ व मुद्दतिहि. फ़लइन सय्यरतनी फ़िल उक़ूबाति मअ अअदाइक व जमअत बैनी व बैन अहलि बलाइक व फ़र्रक़त बैनी व बैन अहिब्बाइक व औलियाइक फ़हबनी या इलाही व सय्यदी व मौलाई व रब्बी सबरतु अला अज़ाबिक फ़कैफ़ अस्बिरु अला फ़िराक़िक वहबनी सबरतु अला हर्रि नारिक फ़कैफ़ अस्बिरु अनिन नज़र इला करामतिक. हम कैफ़ अस्कुनु फ़िन्नारि व रजाई अफ़्वुक فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأضجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج الآملين ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين ولأبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولأنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية آمال العارفين سمك يا غياث المستغيثين يا غياث المستغيثين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين ويا إله العالمين أفتراك سبحانك يعني أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وضاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته وهو يضج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمتك ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك ورأفتك ورحمتك أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا ربه أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتتركه فيها هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا مشبه لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاحديك وقضيت به من إخلاد معانديك لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من عليه أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته كتمته أو أعلنته أخفيته أو أظهرته وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيته وبفضلك سترته وأن توفر حظي في من كل خير أنزلته أو إحسان فضلته أو بر نشرته أو رزق بسطته أو ذنب تغفره أو خطأ تستره يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي يا من بيده ناصيتي يا عليما بضري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وأعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي في الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورة وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمالي عندك مقبولة حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه معولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب قوي على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوانحي وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في المبادرين وأشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين وأجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرده ومن كادني فكده واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك واجد لي بجودك واعطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وأقلني عثرتي واغفر لي زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك فأمرتهم بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نسبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا سابغ النعم يا دافع النقم يا نور المستوحشين في الظلم يا عالما لا يعلم सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद वफ़अल बिमा अंत अहलु व सल्लल्लाहु अला रसूलिही वल अइम्मतिल मयामीन मिन आलिही व सल्लम तस्लीमन कसीरा। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद व अज्जिल फरजहम रहिमल्लाहु मन क़रा अल फ़ातिहा मा सलावात। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मद व आले।
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। तेरा चेहरा तेरी आँखें भूल कब पाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। चलते ना के से गिराया खुद को जलती रेत पर। चलते ना कैसे गिराया खुद को जलती रेत पर। घुटनियों के बल में तेरी लाश तक आई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। बस में घबराई थी खंजर तुझ पे चलता देख कर। बस में घबराई थी खंजर तुझ पे चलता देख कर। फिर किसी मुश्किल में गिर कर मैं न घबराई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। कौन था जो मरने वालों में नहीं था खूबरू, कौन था मरने वालों में नहीं था खूबरू, भूलने बैठी तो किस किस को याद आई हुसैन, आज भी ज़ैनब क्या थी है सदा बाई हुसैन, बह रहे थे आँख से आंसू तेरी रुखसत के वक्त, बह रहे थे आँख से आंसू तेरी रुखसत के वक्त, फिर न कोई आंसू टपका आँख पतराई हुसैन, आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन, आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा बाई हुसैन। मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु।
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Just a few quick announcements. Tomorrow being Juma, so we'll have our Juma Salat tomorrow at Awal time 1:26. We'll be led by our resident Alim, Maulana Sayyid Sagir Hussain. So that's tomorrow 1:26 p.m. for Juma Salat. Friday again in the evening we have a program, the 20th of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So the program will start at 7:45 in the evening. It will be Quran, Marshia, announcements, Majalis, Noha, Jamaat Salat, and that'll be the end of that program. So it'll be tomorrow evening at 7:45. And then as usual, we have a Fajr Salat on Saturday morning at 5 a.m., followed by breakfast. And actually tomorrow, this Saturday will be our Maulana, so there will be that question and answer session as well. So, and then there'll be sports if the weather permits. So these are the programs for this week. Can I ask for Surah Fatiha for all our marhumins, the sponsors of tonight's Tabaruk, and our marhumins, and Kul Marmumna, and the ones who have served this community who are no longer with us. It's Surah Fatiha. Bismillah. As usual, we're still collecting our Muharram Safar funds, so anybody who wants to make donations, we're still open, and there's other projects on the go, so if you want to donate for them as well. So with your loud salawat, I ask the Maulana to please come up. Thank you.
أنت العلي الأعظم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وهو خير الناصرين ومعين. ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعترته الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أما بعد فقد قال الحكيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فما بكت عليهم السماء والأرض وما كانوا منظرين صلوات please اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. This ayah karima is from Surah Mubarakah Hud, which means فَمَا بَكَتْ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّمَاء. So neither the sky wept for them, nor the earth, nor were they granted any respite. कोई उन्हें मोहलत नहीं फिर दी गई. The reason I chose this beautiful ayah is that the concept of the heavens crying or weeping for someone, it has come in the Quran Kareem. Baka yani rona, to cry. فَمَا بَكَتْ عَلَيْهِمُ السَّمَاء. The heavens, the sky did not cry for them. Today I want to speak about a very common issue to be missed, and those are unexplained chronological post-Ashura events. What happened after the shahadat of Amir Karwan Karbala Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. There are so many details to pick and choose from. But before I enter into details, which is going to be more like a bayan, tawsif, just a description, but it's very important because many times people, they have lots of questions, and when you look at the talk shows and podcasts and different people sitting and discussing the post-Ashura events, there's always a need and a thirst for more details and more accuracy, and most importantly, in a chronological way, in a sequential way, that what happened next. But before I start, there is a warning. The warning, a caveat or a precaution is for the reader or the listener. In beginning, it was very hard for the lovers of Ahlul Bayt, let alone Shiites. Anybody for about 110 years, alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah, even if they named their son on Imam Ali's name, after his name. Especially Hajjaj ibn Yusuf is notorious. He will simply capture and kill the baby. It was so hard. So then we can guess how hard it will be on the writings if just naming somebody was such a crime. So coming to my point, most of the Maqatil books, Maqtal is basically anything relating to Imam Hussein's martyrdom. This is what we call Maqtal. They were burnt, they were seized, and people will not announce, they will not let anybody know that I have written Maqtal regarding Imam Hussain alayhi salam, because they will be killed. Their children, especially their wives and girls, they will be taken as slaves. And boys, they will be killed. We know that it came to the worst point in the era of Mutawakkil. He's known as the Yazid of Banu Abbas. He is the one who tried to destroy the holy shrine, let the Euphrates flow towards it. Miraculously, Allah guarded it. The river, it split into two before reaching the holy shrine of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. How do we have these news? Just to give you an idea, many challenges, especially challenges of readers, because people who have gone to Hawza, they are students like myself. They have worked on this. They have worked on history in an analytical way. They have discussed it with senior usatza, senior ulama. So we have extensive discussions. We understand. When I read Maqtal for you, a Masa'ib for you, I sometimes combine 2-3 books. I take about the same event, 2-3 hadiths, and I give it to you. But for you it's very difficult, meaning it takes effort to go and read different books and gather information. There are few books which are written in the sequence on Maqatil, but again there are challenges like this one. Number one, because we gather the Maqatil books from history books, from hadith books like Kafi, Al-Khara'ij wal-Jara'ih, from the Sirah books, from Sunni books like Tabari. We know Tabari is the only person through whom a part of Maqtal Abu Mikhnaf has reached us. Tabari reports that I am reporting from Maqtal Abu Mikhnaf. We don't have that book. And so we cannot have a definitive opinion regarding some of the issues, including after Ashura, on the plains of Ashura, how many women were left? Aqdul Farid, a historian, he will give three opinions. He will say there were 20 ladies, 48 ladies, or 64 ladies. This is what he found in the books accessible to him. Now we have understood the challenges of historians and the authors of Maqtal. First of all, no one will mention they have written a Maqtal. Secondly, most of them, they were stolen, they were destroyed by the tyrants of the time, because they knew people, they had spies spread all over the place. So to give you a detail which we have in books, they refer to them, but we don't have the original book. It might be a little informative. I think it's needed to know that how many books regarding Imam Hussein were written during the time. The first one I chose is Abu al-Qasim al-Asbagh ibn Nubata radwanullahi alayhi. We know him. Asbagh ibn Nubata was a very close companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He has reported many hadith from Rasulullah, from Imam Ali, and in the martyrdom shahadat Imam Ali you often hear he is the one who was sitting at the door when Imam Hassan said, everybody leave. My Baba says, leave now. I don't want anyone to hear to the cries of my sisters Zainab and Kulthum and other ladies. Everybody left but Asbagh. He sat on a side near the door frame and he was crying. Imam Hassan came out. Did you not hear? I said. So he says, for the sake of your Baba, allow me for one moment to take a look at him. And Imam Ali allowed him, permitted him to come inside. Such an important person. He had a detailed maqtal. He survived. He outlived Imam Hussein, Imam Zainul Abidin. Over 100 after Hijrah, he passed away. But this book, we don't have it. Had we had this book, because he was a very learned, a scholar companion, he had compiled it in an excellent way, as we have rawayat, they mention it. Now the second one is Abu Mikhnaf, Lut ibn Yahya ibn Sa'id al-Azadi al-Ghamidi. We don't have his book. He had a detailed maqtal, detailed, extensive. He provided with minute details, but we don't know if it was burnt, if it was stolen. Tabari, the Sunni, the Mu'arrikh, the Mufassir, he has copied many rawayat from him by saying that I am reporting it from Abu Mikhnaf. So we don't have the original book. And then on the other side, there's a little difference of opinion. There's another book known as Maqtal Abu Mikhnaf, but according to scholars, it's not trusted that it is that Maqtal Abu Mikhnaf. There's no mention of name. Maybe it is someone else who came afterwards, but he had access to it. Allah knows. So this is a challenge. Number 3, Abu Abdullah Ahmad ibn al-Aziz ibn Yahya ibn Ahmad ibn Isa al-Juludi. He's from the Sheikh Ja'far's Usatza, teacher. Sheikh Ja'far's book we have, it has survived to us. The teacher of Sheikh Mufid ibn Qulawai. He's a very, very authentic scholar of ours. We have Kamil al-Ziyara, but we don't have this original Maqtal. So again, I have a list of about 19, 21, 20, 25 books which go up to 269 after Hijrah. Had these books regarding the Maqtal survived, we would have authentic word for word information. But for the said reasons, these books, they have not reached us. Rather, someone like 5 hadiths from so-and-so book. Someone says I reported 10, someone says I'm reporting this one from so-and-so Maqtal book. Maybe they went someday and they just showed them and they just memorized it and came home. People will not give you their written works back those days, because then it could be taken as shahada against you and easily an execution of you, because it was a grave crime to mention. What was the intention? They wanted to demolish the mention of Imam Hussein. They wanted people to forget about him. They did not want information to reach out. That was the obvious reason. So even if you name your child Hussein, you name your child Hassan, you name your child Ali, they will simply kill you. I don't think it needs further explanation. Now with this challenge, if I want to know how many ladies are there, Iqdul Farid rather is a Sunni historian, right? He says the Mutayaqqan, and if we take our side, Sheikh Mufid, Sayyid ibn Taus, one of these Maqatil, I don't want to dig it back, Sayyid ibn Taus reports from that Maqtal. We don't have that book. We don't have it simply. Many books, Allama Majlisi mentions that I'm reporting this hadith from. He's much later, few hundred years ago. We don't have those books. You know, the houses, especially of Najaf, they were burnt many times. The worst hit was the Sheikh Tusi's era when Genghis Khan attacked Baghdad and he burnt the largest collection of Shiites books. One of these books, as you know, that many of them, some of them, they are in Berlin's library. Some of them are in Morocco, Marrakesh today. In Arabic, they call it Maghrib. So we have like pictures, people, they did jihad-e-ilmi, scholarly jihad. They went there. Some of these books, they mention their code number, their address. I mean, in the library, where can you find this book? So we have them, like, they're a little hard to reach to, but they survived some books. So with this, we cannot have a definitive answer. We have to look at different rawayat and then kind of deduce an opinion. Like Sheikh Mufid and these dignitaries, they give us the agreed upon personnels present, if I can start. They were number one, Bibi Zainab Salamullahi alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, al Muhammad. Her two sisters from Imam Ali, Bibi Kulthum and Bibi Ruqayya binti Ali alayhimus salam. Allahumma salli ala. Then the daughters of Imam Hussein, Bibi Fatima Kubra, she survived, she existed in the plains of Karbala after the martyrdom. Bibi Sakina, we know, she was present in Karbala. 3 wives of Imam Hussein, one of them, she was not present as per the mashhur. The opinion, Bibi Shaharbano, mother of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, is not to be present in Karbala at the time of martyrdom. Bibi Rabab is there, and Bibi Layla Salamullahi alayha is there. Bibi Farwa, the wife, the widow of Imam Mujtaba alayhi salam, is there. Many other ladies are there. Agreed upon number is at least 28. And then 48 could be that somebody in a rush. See, in older days, the Arabic 2, I sometimes in the beginning used to have problem. You know, our teachers, we used to write down in Arabic and Persian, and they use the same digits. They used to write down like 2 in a kind of, a bit tilted line. And that could be easily mixed with 64 or, 48. Could be. It's a lame explanation, but you would never know, because older days it was not like printed clear font. No, I mean, people, they were sometimes good at their handwriting. Some of them, like myself, वो कीड़े लग रहे होते थे किताब पे लिखे हुए कि कीड़े मकोड़े चल रहे. Please sir, salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So kids again, we have, the number is at least 12, and then 17, then 28. The reasons are mentioned. Kids, they fled, they ran away, especially when the tents were put aflame. When they were burnt, kids were scared, they were terrified. Whichever direction they could flee, they ran away, and the soldiers of Yazid and Mal'un, they did not pursue them. Many of them, which they could, let's say, somehow afterwards, they came themselves back to the main point, the main hub, where on the sand, on the plains of Karbala, where Ahl Bayt sitting. And many of them, they lost, they left. So we have the max kids mentioned 28 on that night, which were taken to the court of Ibn Ziyad in Kufa. And of course, we know that Imam Sajjad, the only male survivor, is there. And among kids, a notable person is Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And back few weeks ago, I was reciting the Juma khutbah, that some skeptics, they say that how come so minute details have reached us? Because the eyewitness and Masoom Imam Baqir was present. Afterwards, mashallah, they lived a long blessed life. They reported non-stop what happened in Karbala. Imam Zainul Ibad alayhi salam reported non-stop what happened. At the end, maybe I won't be able to recite Masaib, because I want to, inshallah, take you somewhere so we can conclude it tomorrow in a reasonable way. And be known, as you can realize, there are so much information. It needs at least 10 to 15 sessions. So Bibi Zainab is there. The reason she was expelled the second time from Medina is that the governor wrote to Yazid. She is very, very eloquent. She is very influential in Medina. She is the eyewitness. She non-stop reports what happened to them and blames you and exposes your crimes. And she is like arousing people against you, which did happen. So the command came that you have a choice, leave for Egypt or leave for somewhere else, and she chooses Damascus, Medina to Damascus, meaning back to Sham, Syria. Because she will report non-stop the maqtal. And thousands, they learned from her, thousands. And we all know everybody, Mu'arrakhin, Muhaddithin, Maqtal Nigaran, everybody reported that even in Sham, as soon as they were released, she took the permission that we want to have a majlis right here in the heart of Damascus. And she communicated in details what has the army of Yazid done to them. And she reported how about the killing of Imam Hussein and the other martyrs. So look, thousands of reporters and narrators were generated right in Syria. So no wonder that Ibn Kathir Damashqi, he mentions the hadith Daraj Damashq, कि जो सीढ़ियों पे अहले बैत पर बदतरीन मसाइब का आलम था, जहाँ Imam has uttered, Imam Sajjad, when asked that what was the harshest point, and he says Asham and Asham. Why, Mawla? Because there were 500,000 non-Sunni reporters, 500,000 spectators had gathered on the command of Yazid to celebrate their victory. And the multitude of looks were killing Bibi Zainab and Imam Sajjad and other Mastura. This is the harshest Masaib. I'm just describing, I'm not reciting Masaib, but think of it. that whose shadow was never seen, and I mean Bibi Zainab. She is put into display. Not Shurafa. They had brought tambourines, trumpets, drums, and they were beating them so hard. They were crying and they were celebrating so loudly that Imam Sajjad speaks to that companion of Rasulullah, Sahal ibn Sa'ad, that Sahal, if you want to give me a favor, when he approaches and he learns that he is Imam Sajjad, son of Imam Hussein, he says, what can I do for you, O son of Rasulullah? He says, if you can give me a favor, move these masses away a bit from my pupi, another mastura. But he could not. Sahal, he paid 400 dirham, 400 silver coins to the surrounding guards to push the masses away a bit. They could not. Because of that force, that power of the gathering, they could not move them. And many times, with the push, when the crowd, a tide of crowd has a push, the holy heads of shuhada will fall down from spears. ने सुन रखा है ना कि मौला हुसैन का सर भी कभी गिरता था, अब्बास का सर गिरता था, मुझे माफ़ कर देना, शिया सुन्नी मेंशन, मौला हुसैन का सर खून के आंसू रोता था। भला क्यों? क्योंकि अब्बास के सर को मुझे माफ़ कर दीजिए, मैं ये पढ़ना नहीं चाह रहा था, ये शुआरा ने जो लिखा है ना वो इस हदीस को लिखते, अब्बास के सर को मुझे माफ़ कर दिए। शाम में अब्बास का बड़ा नाम था, तौहीन करने के लिए पाँव से अब्बास के सर को मूव करते थे। इसलिए इमाम सज्जाद ने फरमाया था अशाम, पता क्यों? क्योंकि इमाम फरमाते हैं मेरी बहन कुबरा की आंखों के आगे अकबर के सर को पकड़ के खड़े थे। मेरी बहनें अकबर को देखती तो उनके गम में हज़ारों गुना और इजाफा होता। और पता इमाम सज्जाद की मुसीबत में इजाफा कैसे था? मुनक़िद इब्ने मुर्री मलऊन, जिसने अकबर को बर्छी के वार से शहीद किया था, अकबर का सर वो लेके खड़ा था इमाम सज्जाद के आगे और कभी कहता था ये भाई था ना तुम्हारा, इसको मैंने मारा था। इतने मसाइब हैं मौला सज्जाद के। अजब मसाइब मजलिस के बीच में समाअत फरमा लें। अजीज़ो, शहादत के बाद अब बीबी ज़ैनब सलामुल्लाहि अलैहा इज़ द लीडर ऑफ द कारवान। To protect Imam Sajjad, Ahl Bayt, they did not proclaim that Imam Sajjad is the leader of the caravan. And we know in Masa'ib, as soon as Imam was martyred, Shimr with Hamid ibn Muslim enters the tent of Imam. He brandishes his sword, takes it off the cover, intends to kill Imam. Hamid says, come on, have some honor, have some respect. He's just a young man, a sick person who cannot even move. Don't you have any jur'ah left of Arabs? You want to attack somebody who cannot even stand up on his feet? He says Yazid has ordered to kill every single child of Hussein. Agreed upon line in history, hadith book, everywhere. Shimr says Yazid's command is to kill every single child of Hussein. He says, I disagree. Let me take permission from Umar ibn Saad, who is the commander right here in the plain of Karbala. He says, okay, wait. He says, wait, do not kill him. Hamid ibn Muslim, Allah wants to protect Imam Sajjad. He goes hurriedly, Umar ibn Saad, this is what Shimr want to do. Do you want this? He said, no, leave him alone. We want better reward, Allah puts in his heart, or he himself. We want better reward to take him alive. He's sick, he cannot do anything anyways. So Allah guards Imam Sajjad here. A very hard and harsh reality, normally I don't recite, but it's worth today I mention. When they killed Imam Hussein, they attacked the tents. It was an era of ignorance, custom to loot. And this was for non-believers or believers before Islam. After Islam, Islam says it's haram for a believer to loot another believer's belonging, their wealth, their tents, their whatever. These guys, they were not attacking an ordinary family. They were attacking the family of their holy apostle. They looted everything. And then after they looted the wealth and belongings, they put the tents on fire, which is unprecedented in Islam. Why will you burn something? Allah knows these terrorists why they did this, but to scare the women off or to enjoy their victory, Allah knows. But they burnt it. And then comes a very hard point. They started running after ladies. Many of them, they converted to Islam, but many, they still had this instinct that when you kill someone in a battle, the women, you take them as captives. Now they are your property. Ignoring the fact that these women are not only Muslims, they are from the family of their holy prophet. It's haram for anybody to just bother them. But they started running, especially a soldier in Mal'un. I have his name here. I don't want to name this Mal'un. He runs after Fatima Kubra Salamullahi alayha. She was young. He wanted her to take as her property, his property. He runs and Bibi Kubra realizes she runs inside the herd to Bibi Zainab. Bibi Zainab interferes. Mal'un, don't you know who we are? We are the children of your prophet. You cannot do it. You cannot have her. A woman from the Bakr ibn Wa'il, she is noticing all this. She's from the Yazid army side, has come with her husband. She out loud cries, may Allah curse you all. खुदा लानत करे तुम बेगैरतों पर. तुम फातिमा ज़हरा की बेटियों को ऐसे लूट रहे हो और उनको अपने कब्जे में लेना चाह रहे हो. Then she utters, या लसारातिल हुसैन. तुम में कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि जो अल्लाह की खातर अपने नबी के अहले बैत की मुहाफ़ज़त कर सके और उनके लिए जिहाद करे. Every single Maqtal Nigar, history Nigar, they have mentioned this, that her husband hurriedly comes, grabs her and takes her away. Because the many soldiers, they were again, thinking, what are we doing? But again, Alhamdulillah, this way Bibi Zainab protects Bibi Kubra. Not only here, once the same scenario is repeated in the court of Yazid, when Ishami looks at Bibi Fatima Kubra and he says, Yazid, can I have this slave girl? Yazid says, yeah, sure, you can have it. Bibi Zainab says, La'nat be on you. You cannot have us because we are the daughters of your prophet. We are Muslims. This person says, are you the daughter of my prophet Muhammad? She says, yes. She says, then who you are? What is your name? She says, I'm Zainab, daughter of Fatima and Ali. He says, then who is this girl? Who is she? Was pointing to Fatima Kubra. He says, she is the Fatima Kubra, daughter of Hussein ibn Fatima Zahra. He says, Yazid, may Allah curse you. Yazid, तुझे खुदा लानत करे. तुमने हमें बताया था कि ये कुफार के कनीज़े और गुलाम, ये तो हमारे नबी की औलाद हैं. Yazid commands this man be killed right now. And he is killed right on this spot. So the word does not spread out. Everybody has mentioned this event. And I have mentioned you the hadith of Daraj Dimashq with Imam Sajjad, that Shami man who says that, at a point, I don't mean to recite the Musibah again, but you heard that Imam Sajjad mentions, have you read the Quran, mentions Ayah Tathir, mentions Ayah Mawaddat Qurba. He says, yes, but why are you reporting these ayat? These are the ayat regarding the household of my Rasul. Says, we are the household of your Rasul. Says, Tallahi la antum hum. By God, are you the family of my apostle? Imam says, yes, we are them. He says that, oh Allah, curse Yazid. He had told us, disinformed us, that he has captured some non-believers. And then he also asks that, who are these women? Imam says, they are the daughters of Rasulullah, and gives details. He throws off his amama, curses Yazid. This news right away reaches inside the palace. Yazid sends the command, that old man, He's also killed right at this spot. He's punished right at this spot for speaking the truth. Then let's move on the chronological order of moving the captives quickly. On the 11th, they remained. Ibn Sa'd had to bury his Malayin who were killed by the divine hands of army of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will continue the events and the journey, that how did it take place. On 12th, at night time, this caravan had reached at the gate of Kufa, but Ibn Ziyad Mal'un had commanded, we want to decorate the city. His palace walls were plastered, city streets were broomed and ready, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, to celebrate their victory over Ali Muhammad, alayhim alahu tahiyyatu wa thana. With the command of Allah, we will continue inshallah tomorrow, know exactly the events of the journey, that how did it occur and how long did it take them, which places they traveled through. And inshallah with this we do dua, Allahumma ajjal li waliyika al-faraj wa ja'alna min a'wanihim wa ansarihim wa ashabihim. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. Ma dhikri salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein,
सकीना की सदा है, सकीना की सदा है, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ कूफे वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ कूफे वालों, मेरे प्यारे जो अम्मू आज होते, कभी ना इस कदर मजबूर होते, गधाई करके लाते मगर तुमसे न कहते, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ कूफे वालों, चचा का सर ये नेज़े से हटा दो, सरे शबीर पे पर्दा उड़ा दो, ये गम कितना बड़ा है, मेरी माँ बेरिदा है, अरे ओ शाम वालों, कफन बाबा को दे दो, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ कूफे वालों, वो सीना मेरे बाबा का कहाँ है, सुना है बरसरे रेगे जवां है। नहीं हाँ ए वो सीना कहाँ सोए सकीना रे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ शाम वालों, अरे ओ कूफे वालों। मेरे घर की कनीज़ें बारिदा हैं, कयामत हो गई हम बेरिदा हैं। सितम कितना बड़ा है, फूफी का सर खुला है, अरे ओ शाम या हुसैन,
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.